Hi friends, good morning all of you and I welcome you all to this new class. Today we are going to discuss about the non-conventional sources of energy. I hope you already have learned about the conventional sources like the firewood, petroleum, coal and so on, and hydroelectricity. All these are called conventional sources, the common sources that we have been using for many years. Well, non-conventional sources it was not used earlier, but in recent times we have developed the technology in order to use this type of energy. So let us see one by one what are the conventional sources of energy. So we are also aware about that as the population is increasing, as the development is taking place, more and more fossil fuels are required. We are consuming a lot of petroleum products, natural gas and so on. So it is finishing very fast, and after a few years we do not know what will be the situation, how long we will be able to use it. All these things we are not sure at all. And so it is estimated that if at this present rate of consumption is going on, then this reserves of this conventional source of energy will get exhausted, will get over very soon. Then we will have to face a situation where there will be no more petrol available, no more diesel available, no more LPG available, and we will have to go back to that primitive situation where people completely depended on firewood and so on. So if such a situation is not desired, if we don't want such a situation to happen, then we have to be careful. We have to take care of the situation and we have to use more renewable sources of energy and preserve and conserve the non-renewable sources of energy. So some of the non-conventional sources of energy are like solar energy. We can keep on using it. By our using, it is not going to become less or get exhausted. Then wind energy, we can use any amount of wind energy. And tidal energy, we know there is in the sea or in the ocean or in any water bodies, there is a high tide and low tide. I'm sure you might have studied already in the lower classes in science and so on. So the high tide and the low tide. So even at that rising of the water, then going down, the lowering of the water, it all happens because of this Earth's attraction. So the gravitation force of the Earth. Because of that, the water comes up sometimes water is going down. And all these are renewable sources of energy. And if we use these sources of energy, then we can spare other sources, the non-renewable sources like petrol, gas, and so coal. All these can be spared. We can keep them for future use. So let us see first about the solar energy. Solar energy. You know what is solar, isn't it? I'm quite sure you might have seen about the solar panels and so on. So most of the houses and most of our street lights, everything is lighted by the solar energy. And sun's heat and light energy can be felt by us every day. So we experience the solar energy, the heat of the sun and the light of the sun we experience every day. And solar energy tapped from the sun can be used in solar cells to produce electricity. So we can tap this light that is coming from the sun, the energy that is coming from the sun, we have to tap them and we have to store them in the solar cells, or we call it battery. We have to store that power in the battery. Then it can be used to produce electricity. In the battery we can turn it into light for burning light, or for functioning TV or other things and so on. And many of these cells are joined into solar panels to generate power for heating and lighting purpose. So this solar energy that is stored into this battery, how do we convert this into energy? We use an object called solar panel. I'm quite sure most of you might have seen solar panels are exposed to the sun. So they help us to convert the solar energy into electricity, stored into battery and then convert them into electricity. Then the technology of utilizing solar energy benefits a lot of tropical countries that are blessed with abundant sunshine. So the countries that are living in the tropical region, that is close to equator. So on top of the equator we have another line, another latitude called Tropic of Cancer, and below the equator we have another latitude called Tropic of Capricorn. So the area between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, that area is called the area or the region of tropics. So these are the regions in the world that receive the most abundant sunshine. So as we move from Tropic of Cancer to the poles, northern poles, and from the Tropic of Capricorn to the southern poles, the sunshine becomes lesser and lesser. That means these regions will be more cold. But the countries that are living between these two tropics, they are in the tropic region and they receive a lot of sunshine. Then solar energy is also used in solar heaters, solar cookers, solar dryers, besides being used for community lighting and traffic signals. So this solar has become very popular nowadays. Earlier we did not have the technology how to convert solar energy into light and for other purpose. But now the technology has been developed and we know quite well how to use this solar energy. So therefore solar energy is used for heating in the winter. We can use it for running heater, or we can use for cooking. Solar cookers are there, we can cook food. Then for dryers, for drying clothes or other things, we can even connect the dryers. Then many other places, traffic signals are running, traffic lights are burning because of solar energy. And also it is used for community purpose. So many places where it is interior and the electricity cannot reach there, and they get the light from solar. So for community gatherings and so they use this solar light. So this is how the solar energy that has been converted into light, electricity. And so if you go on using it, it is not going to affect the sun. Some people, all the times, foolish people, they used to say, if you use too much sunshine, if you use too much, take out too much solar energy, the sun will die. So such kind of illiterate people were also there in the past, and so they never thought that it is possible, because they did not study and they did not know what is sun, what is sunshine and so on. So those people were spreading false information and frightening the people, discouraging the people from using this solar energy. Now technology has come, people have studied and they have realized using any amount of sunshine is not making the sun weak. The sun is not going to die by using solar energy. Whether we use or not use, the sun is shining all the 365 days. The sun does not take rest even a single day. Every day it is shining, every day it is providing energy. So it is up to us to use or not use. If you don't use, it is goes wasted. If you use, then we can save a lot of energy. So always remember to use this type of non-conventional source of energy which are renewable, so that our other sources of energy can be conserved for the future. Now let us do one activity. I am sure you are all interested in conducting activities. Let us say how to cook solar. You can try it in your own houses. How to cook how to cook rice with solar energy. In a very simple experiment we can do it. So first what you have to do is you have to take a tube. Tube means the tube of the tire from the vehicle. So maybe from in your house, if there is a vehicle, take out the old tube. If there is any hole or something, repair it, give to the shop and repair it. Then fill with air. Make it full with air and keep it in a sunshine. Keep it in the sunshine. Then take one vessel in which we are going to cook rice. So the vessel should be small. It should not go above the tube. The tube height is there and the vessel should be lower than that. Then you have to paint the aluminium vessel. So this vessel that you are going to use for cooking rice should be of aluminium, not steel or iron, but should be of aluminium. And outside we have to paint with black color. The aluminium vessel should be painted with black color. So that is the second step. So first is take the tube, fill it with air, keep it in the sunshine. Then take a small aluminium container, paint outside the container with black paint. Then take in it 1 cup of rice and 2 cups of water. So that is the ratio that we need to use when we do the cooking. I hope you are all aware about what your mothers are doing at home, how she cooks rice. So wash the rice nicely, take 1 cup of rice and 2 cups of water. Then what you have to do? Then keep that vessel inside the tube. So tube is there and keep inside the tube. In the middle of the tube you keep this vessel. Then now place a glass over the tube and keep the set out in the sun. So now take one piece of glass which will cover the tube. So it should not be a very small piece of glass, but a big piece of glass which will be able to cover the entire tube. How big is the tube? So much big should be the glass also. So close this tube with the glass. So rice and the rice vessel is inside the tube, and then on top cover it with glass. Then keep it. Then after some time when you will see after it may take 2 or 3 hours and the rice will get cooked. How it happens? You are not putting any fire there, but the rice gets cooked. How? Let us see. So the sun rays that are coming inside, that will get trapped. Since you are covering it with glass, there is no way out. The glass, the sunshine, the sun rays that are coming inside, they will get trapped inside. They cannot go out. They will remain inside. So slowly it will make the vessel hot and the rice will get cooked. So it's a very small experiment. I am sure you all can try at home, especially in this lockdown time where you are not able to go around and spend your time. Remain at home. So take this necessary things, very few small things are required, and so try to experiment with it. How you can cook the rice with solar power directly without any stove or anything. So that is how we can know. Then we know the site of the world's first solar and wind powered bus shelter is in Scotland. So it was the Scotland who started the first bus that is powered with wind and solar. So the country's Scotland, they started a bus which is running with the help of wind and solar energy. So that is how people are doing in different parts of the world. So we have been very slow in developing technology, and therefore all these things we could not achieve. But people who are clever, who have learned, who have got this technology, they already started using it for long ago. So let us also not lag behind, but come up in same level with them. And the second type of energy is called wind energy. The wind energy. So wind, sometimes we get very strong wind. And there are some regions in our country where always strong wind is there. So such kind of places are very suitable for setting up these wind mills, which will be able to collect a lot of wind energy and convert them into electricity. So wind is an inexhaustible source of energy. So the wind that is inexhaustible, it will not get over. Then windmills have been used for grinding grain and lifting water since time immemorial. So people have been using these windmills for doing different works. What are they? For grinding grain, powdering the grain. If you want to powder some wheat or rice, you could use this windmill. Then also for lifting water. So these are not very highly technology. People have been using it with simple technology, and they were using it. They were using this wind power in order to grind the grain and draw the water and so on. Then in modern time, windmills, the high-speed winds rotate the windmill, which is connected to a generator to produce electricity. I hope you might have seen the windmill. It is like a fan. It will be set up on a high post, and on top there will be a fan. And depending on the speed of the wind, the fan will be rotating faster and faster. And then the wire is connected to a generator. And as the fan is running, the generator starts running and the electricity is produced. So that is how windmills are functioning. Then the wind farms having clusters of such windmills are located in coastal regions and in mountain passes where strong and steady wind blow. So two places in our country where we experience strong wind is, one is the coastal region. In the coastal region, the wind is very strong. And another one is mountain passes. So between the mountains, some low area may be there, a gap may be there to pass from one place to another. So other places of mountain is very high, the wind cannot pass through. So but where there is a gap between the mountains, wind will be passing through that way, and it will be very strong wind there. So set up a windmill there, and we will be able to collect a lot of energy. Then the wind farms are found in Netherlands. Let's see which are the countries that are producing wind energy. One is Netherlands, another one is Germany, another one is Denmark, UK, USA and Spain. They are very much advanced in producing wind energy. So which are the two places where the windmills are set up? One is in the coastal region, another one is in the mountain pass. And what is the reason we set up windmills in these two places? It is because of the strong wind is available in these places. And now let us see about another type of resource, power resource, energy, that is nuclear. Nuclear energy. The nuclear energy, we know people have been making bombs, atom bombs, all those things. That is the basis behind this is and the nuclear energy. They use this nuclear energy in order to produce a lot of power, lot of energy. So nuclear power is obtained from the energy stored in the nuclei of atoms. So this energy is contained inside the nuclei of the atom. You have heard about the nucleus, and in that nucleus lot of energy is there. So if you try to divide this nucleus, then lot of energy is coming out. Lot of energy is produced. And especially those elements like uranium and thorium, if you divide or if you make a fusion of these elements thorium and uranium, then inside the nucleus you will have a lot of power, energy. These fuels undergo nuclear fission and nuclear reactors and emit power. So there is an instrument called a nuclear reactor. We can see in your photo here in the page number 35. You see the nuclear reactor is here, and this thorium or uranium is deposited here. Then hot water is also mixed with them. Then they start doing lot of chemical reaction, and the fission take place, and it produces lot of energy, and it comes through the pipe, and then there is a generator is kept there, and the generator will start running, and it produces electricity. So that is the simple way, but it is also quite expensive to create this fission. It is very expensive, yet it produces a lot of energy. So two elements that are used, radioactive elements that are used for creating nuclear power is thorium and uranium. You can underline thorium and uranium are the two elements that are used for producing nuclear power. Then the greatest producers of nuclear power is USA and Europe. So two countries that produce more, the maximum nuclear power is one is USA, another one is European countries. In India, Rajasthan and Jharkhand have large deposits of uranium. So in India, if we come to India, uranium is also found in large quantities, especially in Rajasthan and Jharkhand. Then thorium is found in large quantities in the monazite sands of Kerala. So if you go to Kerala, along the seashore, you will find a lot of sand there, and in that sand there is a lot of thorium is there. So India also is very rich in uranium and thorium. So we have a lot of thorium and uranium, and if you want, we can also make a lot of energy, nuclear energy. The nuclear power stations in India are located in Kalpakkam. So we have nuclear power stations are there in order to produce nuclear energy. And where are they situated? They are situated in Kalpakkam in Tamil Nadu, Tarapur in Maharashtra, Rana Pratap Sagar near Kota in Rajasthan, and Narora in Uttar Pradesh, and Kaiga in Karnataka. So we have this many nuclear power stations are there. Which are they? One is in Tamil Nadu, that is the place called Kalpakkam. Then second one is in Tarapur, that is in Maharashtra, and the third one is in Kota, that is in Rajasthan. So the place in the project name is known as Rana Pratap Sagar. Then the fourth one is Narora in Uttar Pradesh, and the fifth nuclear plant in India is Kaiga in Karnataka state. So these are the different plants that we have, nuclear plants that we have in order to produce this nuclear energy. So we need to use this energy so that we can avoid other exhaustible energy and continue to use this energy which gives us lot of energy, lot of love for us, for our development and so on. So we shall wind up for today. The next day we shall study about again some more non-conventional sources of energies are there. We will see them tomorrow. So thank you for listening. Have a nice day.